spin that block, get dizzy. Man get popped, not busy. Man get splashed from the Draco. Wet man call that drizzy.
A lot of talk on Kyle Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of talk on like what the Raptors should do with him, whether they, obviously the season hasn't gone as well. I mean, you and I knew what time it was, but the season hasn't gone as what everyone else had expected. The Raptors are, I think, currently they're in 8th or 7th.
No, they're in 4th.
Oh shoot! Oh,
They're
doesn't
in
change.
4th place at 17 and 17. 4th place. The East is slacking. The East is slacking.
Yeah. The least. Anyways, regardless of their positioning, I mean, we know anyone who really knows what time it is, they know that they're not legitimate contenders, right? So, Larry, obviously the GOAT Raptor, the GOAT as they call him. Last year in his contract, paying him 30 M's, and he's 35 years old. What do you do if you're Masai and Bobby Webster?
Well, I think the right thing to do, in the sense of basketball, like basketball decision, you should try to move him and allow the other, try and get something back,
Okay.
But because of what happened with DeMar, you can't trade him unless he wants to be traded.
Right.
Because if you now trade him now and Larry expresses his displeasure, it's gonna really stain the organization. And the only reason why we don't have a bad reputation with the DeMar situation is because we won a championship.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what I mean? If we didn't win that chip, the organization would take a lot of heat. They'd be like, yo, you let go your most loyal player for a 1-year rental, and he left, right?
Yeah.
And then players now might not want to sign here because they feel like, well, I don't think you guys are loyal. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So you don't want to do that to Larry and then hurt yourself long-term trying to sign players to long-term deals. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
Yeah, what do you think?
No, I was gonna say, I'll bring that up after. I'm with you. I'm up the line. If he wants to stay, let him stay. If he's earned that right. If he wants to go somewhere, with another shot at the chip, also let him go. It's in Lowry's hands and his family and his agent's hands. Whatever he wants to do is his choice. That's my mindset. Would I like to see him retire as a Raptor? Yes, but I'm also want to see. I want the best interest for the Raptors too, right? And right now he has value. You know what I mean? And I want to see the Raptors be set up for success. It's not like we get in a lineup of free agents to play here, right? So, but at the end of the day, let him go. Let him make that choice. But what I was gonna say, we've talked about this before. The boy DeRozan, I was reading yesterday. They said that the Spurs might be shopping him. What do you think about a reunion just for one last dance in a weak East? Yeah, what if DeRozan? We might be able to do something. Not against the Nets, but maybe against a Philly or Boston or Indiana.
Well, you know what? Remember, I think we both agreed that if we had DeMar in the playoffs last year, we would have went to the finals.
Yeah.
Because one of our biggest issue is we didn't have someone we could just get a bucket.
Yep.
When Siakam was struggling, and then not Larry did his thing, Fred did his thing, but you know what I mean? They're undersized, and sometimes you just need that guy that could just get you a bucket. And DeMar is someone that could do that. And I think right now, I'd be game for it. But as long as we're not giving up
too much
the future, like we're not giving up, Powell, OG.
I'm okay with Powell. I'm okay with giving up Powell.
This is the reason why. The reason why I wouldn't want to give up Powell, because I think he's our best trade chip. That sweetener to make it to close deals. And I think if we use that for DeRozan, knowing that DeRozan is not part of the future, we might be in a situation where we're not going to have that same value for DeRozan as we would have for Norman Powell. Because remember, Powell's contract is very movable and makes a lot of sense. And plus he's young. With DeRozan now, you have, he's owed a lot of money. He's worth a lot of money. And then, what team is going to really want to add DeRozan at this stage of his career, like long term. I think DeRozan is going to be. This is my prediction: is he's going to be a player that teams will sign 1 year deals with for playoffs. Like they're thinking playoffs with him.
Right.
And he might just bounce around a little bit, just being like in a hired assassin.
Spin that block, get dizzy. Man get popped, no fizzy. Man get splashed from the Draco. Wet man call that drizzy.